Hello everyone and welcome back to Jacqs. Thanks for joining me for World Card Making Day 2023. I always like to do a video for World Card Making Day just to remind everyone that a little card sent to a loved one or even just someone you happen to meet is a very kind thing to do and just brings a little sunshine into someone's day. So for today, what I have brought you is a new cut file and pattern bundle, and it has to do with these adorable little baby card designs. These card styles have been out in the paper crafting community for some time now, and I just recently came across them. When I saw it, I thought it would be so much easier to create having an SVG file for it, and I wanted to bring that to you. And plus, we have new people joining the crafty community all the time. And this is such a nice, easy design. It's a great beginner card. If you've never made a card before, this is a great way to try your hand at one. I'm going to show you my cards and then we'll get into the tutorial. So let's get started. So here is the baby overalls card. I think this one is so adorable. I used the Our Baby Boy collection by Echo Park to decorate it. And that's what the pattern paper here on the front is. And then I used some of this blue shimmer cardstock that I had in my stash as the card base. I've added two little buttons here from my stash as well to be like the buckles on the overalls. Super fun. And I added a little bear sticker here down into the pocket, just as if they're, a little boy put his little teddy in there. And then we have this little heaven sent sticker here on the front as well. Now for this pocket, you see it does have angled cuts, but in the cut file and pattern bundle, you'll see that there are two options, one with the angled cuts and then one with rounded corners at the bottom. So you can pick whichever one you like. This just reminded me a little bit more of a Levi pocket, and so that's the one I went with. And then on the inside, I cut out that same shape to go on the inside so that I could write my sentiment here. I've added just stickers to embellish. I can't wait to meet you. Added stickers here and down here. Plenty of room to write and sign and send off to my loved one who is going to be the recipient of this. My other great niece is having a boy, and so I'm going to send this off to her. But this design could be a neutral design. It could be for a girl, for a boy, whatever you like. Super fun. The next card we have here I created for a girl because I also have a friend and her daughter is having a baby girl. So I'm going to be making them both albums and then sending these cute little cards off with them. And for this one, I used Our Baby Girl by Echo Park. For the pattern paper that you see here on the front, I did use some rose gold foil cardstock that I had in my stash to embellish it a little bit. And in this little pocket, I did add a sticker. It's one of the flowers. So cute. And then the card base itself is another shimmer card that I had in my stash. And this flips up. And then on the inside, I added a sticker here that says Sent from Heaven and added two little heart stickers there. And then I still have plenty of room to write my sentiment and sign it. So that's the two baby card designs that I have for you today. I hope that you'll give them a try. Super fun and easy, especially when you have the SVG files and can upload them to your cutting machine and cut all the pieces out that way. It's so easy. So don't forget to pick that up. The link's in the description box. And now I'm going to get into the tutorial. But if you can't stay for that, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have enjoyed these adorable little designs. And we'll come back and see me again. All right, for those that can stay, let's get started with the tutorial. Okay, so we're going to start by putting together the baby overalls for the boy. And I cut out one of the base overall pieces. All you do is fold over and burnish. And there you have your overall shape. So cute. I cut out one of the inset pieces that I created, and this is going to go on the top here. So let's go ahead and glue these on as I show you the pieces, and it'll save a little time, I think. Okay. Now the second piece that I cut out in this shape was just on white cardstock, and I'm going to put that on the inside. And then that way I can write my sentiment. Whoops. Now if you want, you could cut another one of these pieces and put it up here at the top. You could even cut another one and put it on the back, but I'm just going to leave it plain on the back, and I really like how that looks with the white on the inside. So let's finish decorating the front. And what I've done is cut several pieces, and then I have two little buttons here. So I've cut two of the little overall straps. Let's go ahead and add these. I'm just going right over the pattern paper that was already there. And then I cut two of the inset pieces out of pattern paper. Now instead of using the same pattern, I used a plaid just to, I don't know, make it cuter, draw some interest there. And I cut out one of the base pocket pieces and the inset piece. Now for this piece, you could glue it all the way down onto the card front, or you can glue it on three sides, which is what I'm going to do, and make it like a pocket in case I want to put anything down in there. I'm going to put this up toward the top and in between this area here. Okay. My gosh, that's so cute. Now I want to make sure that these buttons stay on, and I'm going to use some sticky thumb glue dots that I have in my stash here. Okay, that is our baby overalls card. So cute and easy to make. Now I'm going to finish decorating this, as you will have already seen that in the reveal. So let's move on to the baby girl onesie. Okay, the first thing you want to do is cut out one of the base card shapes for the baby onesie. Fold that over and give it a good burnish. Now, as you can see, this is squared off on each side where the shoulder area is, and it would be fine to just do the card like that. But then I thought, what if we rounded it? And so I did two versions here using the We Are Memory Keepers 3-way punch. I tried the 7mm, and it came out like this. And then the 10mm came out like this. Now to me, this 10mm made it look more like a football player to me. I don't know why. So I thought this looked a little bit more dainty and like a little girl. Again, I don't know why. It's just what I saw when I looked at it. So you can leave this square if you want, or you can use a punch or round corner rounder and put this in and round the corners. Now I was going to make the SVG file that way as well, but then I thought, well, what if somebody doesn't like that And so, you know, I always like to provide you options. So I did the base SVG file with the squared off arm shoulder area, but that you then have the option to round it up if you want. I mean, you could even cut more of an angle in here. I mean, you can do whatever you want with these after you have them. So I just wanted to talk about that for a moment so that you know that there was an option to do the square shoulder like or the rounded one. I really like the rounded one. It makes it look more like the arms are hanging this way rather than out that way, and make it look more like a dress type feel. So I've cut out 2 patterns. I was going to use the floral one, but then I cut this out to go on the inside, and I flipped it over, and look how cute this is. But anyways, I think I'm still going to go with this on the inside. Now, because the inside of my card is white, that's why I selected to put a pattern down, and I was actually even going to make another inset so that it would be white. But then I decided this is a light enough pattern that you could use a blue or black pen on here, and it would be dark enough that the recipient would still be able to read it. So keep that in mind. You can leave this white as it is, but I'm going to go ahead and put down this pattern. Could have rounded my shoulders there, but it's all right. It's all good. It still looks good. Yeah, I'm okay with that. On the front though, I think I will round my corners. Okay, here is the collar. Let's go ahead and put this down. And this is going to go all the way to the top. Got glue on it. Just make sure you can still open this. Yeah. Let's see. It does go over slightly. So if you want to trim that with a blade knife, you can, or you can just leave it. I don't know that that makes that much difference, and it may bend just the way that I put it on there, so you'll have to see how it turns out for you. Now, before we go into the other trim pieces, I wanted to talk about 3 different options when you actually create this card, and probably the same with the overall one as well. The first option is you can cut this out, the base card, in color cardstock, and then add your trim pieces and any embellishments on top of that. The second way is you can cut the base card out in pattern paper and then add your trim and embellishments on top of that. Now the third way that I'm showing you is I used a color cardstock for my base, and I'm adding pattern paper to the front. So that's 3 options on how you can create the card base. And when I was creating my trim pieces for that, I wanted to allot for those variations. So when I created these, I made them to stretch the full length of the card base. So as you can see here, this trim piece goes from this side to this side. Now, while that looks good, you may just want it to go from the inside on the pattern paper to the inside of the pattern paper, which actually I think that's super cute right there. So if that's the case, you may not want to glue down your pattern paper until you have taken and cut down these trim pieces. So since I didn't do that, I'm just gonna mark it here with my scoring tool on each side. So I lined it up to where I think I want it, and then I ran the scoring tool across the edge so I can trim it down. But I left these large for those that want to do the first or second option. Again, I like to provide options for you. I don't want you to be just stuck with one way of doing things. Okay, let's try this out. Oh yeah, that's so cute. So cute. And because you can actually see the glue lines, I'm going to switch and use adhesive tape. Because I hate it when you can see the glue lines. Okay, so now this goes right where this flattens out on each side, right in that same spot, just straight across. Now I have a trim piece to go down here on the bottom. Again, I did the same thing. It stretches side to side, but if you want it to match the pattern, you need to cut it down. And then for the legs, these trim pieces also follow the full corner, but again, you can trim that down to have it fit just the pattern piece as well. And you're only trimming the ends. That's the only place. That's why it would have been better had I not glued this down. But I did. So I was trying to decide if I want all three of these trim pieces. Because is that too much? That looks like a lot, doesn't it? Yeah. I think I'm just going to do the legs. I think. Let's take a moment and do the pocket. Now I also created this little bitty pocket. So cute. I'm going to use the opposite of my pattern paper so that it's a dark, more solid color, just to break up some of the pattern there. Created an offset for the back, just so that it would have just a little bit of that foiling around it. I'm going to trim this straight across. Okay, there's our little pocket on the dress. You can, oh yeah, there it is, right there. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Again, I'll just do this on 3 sides, just in case. I might want to put something in it. I doubt it, it's so small, but you never know. Now you could just leave it like this. That's cute. Or like I said, add the trim pieces. You could even add fabric, put a little lace on there. But I'm going to use the foiling. And I'm going to do the same thing as I did last time. And just cut a little off. So I know there's a little bit of trimming that you might have to do the different variations, but I just think it's a better way to go by making it large enough to fit all of the designs rather than just the one. After I created these two, I realized that I uploaded the wrong file. As you can see here, this is a really long area, and the way I wanted it to be made was where it was shorter. and it's shorter by about 1/4 of an inch. And I just think it's cuter, personally. So the file that you're going to get is the shorter version, but I wanted to come back on and show you that I also, since I created this piece, I got inspired to create another one to go along the bottom of the onesie. So how cute is that, right? So this goes side to side for the card base. Again, you would have to trim it to meet the sides of the pattern cardstock if you're going to do a layering design. So I hope nobody was married with this long design here, because I actually deleted that file, so I don't even have it anymore. I just like the shorter one. I just think it's cuter. So I'm going to add, oh my gosh, that's so cute. You could even put a different pattern color down here at the bottom if you wanted to. I did not do that. But I'm going to glue this on and then trim it. And I'm just going right to the bottom, or I should say the top of where the curve is here on each side. And just going to line that up. And then I even found this adorable little bow. Now this pattern paper is just one that I had in my stash. I was just playing around and grabbed it, and so is the cardstock. It's a shimmer cardstock. Oh, so cute. Okay, so I'm going to attach this to the base, and then I can add my collar. And there you have it. Super cute. Okay, so that's our cards for today. Since I really don't have a recipient for this, I'm not going to do any additional decorating on the inside. But I have plenty of area there to do my writing. So sweet. I love both of these styles. They're so adorable. And this one is so cute. So I hope that you have enjoyed this, and if you have, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you create one, tag me, post a photo. You can add it to my Facebook group, or even if you post it to Country Craft Creations Facebook page, I'll see it. I would love to see your designs. I think it's fun to see everyone's design that they create. And I'll see you next time, everyone. Thanks a lot for joining me.